Hi, viewers. We welcome you to our podcast titled Beyond the Band Score. Today, we're going to dive into the experience from students who have taken the exams. There are no filters, just honest stories. And we're going to have a lot of reflection. So, if you have taken the exams or are planning to take the exams, then these conversations are for you. So today we have two handsome gentlemen who have attempted the exams and they're going to introduce themselves.
Hello everyone. My full name is Alijan Khairgali. I am in 10th grade. I've been studying there in Al International School since 2022, and I have attended the IELTS exam and I got 6.5.
Good. Welcome to our podcast, Alijan.
Hello, my name is Bakhchan Ali Khan. I'm 10th grade student and I have been studying in Al International School for 4 years, and I recently scored 7.0 in IELTS exam.
Okay. Welcome to our podcast, Alijan. It's good to have you guys here. So there are a lot of skepticism around the IELTS exams. Yeah, there are expectations and reality. So when you attempted the exams, what scared you the most?
To be honest, writing is scared me the most because I started to prepare for writing when I had only 1 week left. Yeah.
Oh. How about you, Lehan?
I think my biggest fear was the speaking section because I thought it would be extremely tricky and hard, but in reality it was really pretty good and the questions were predictable in a way, and it was really good experience.
You already knew the format.
Yes, but I think like it was hard. I thought.
You thought it was hard. Okay, after taking the test, so was the test actually scary?
Not really how the many people says it in social medias. The real exam was less harder than I expected.
How about you?
It was not hard, but it also wasn't so easy. It was medium. You should prepare yourself for this exam, and everything will be nice.
Okay, so now we go to the preparation. Yeah, we're going to speak about the regrets and lessons. Yeah, so if you could go back in time and change one thing about your preparation, what would it be?
I will prepare myself more for reading because I didn't have enough concentration in the real exam. Yeah, I will.
Reading.
Yeah.
How about you, Alehan?
I think I would follow like a structured routine because I was just studying randomly from one like source to the second, and the first like advice is to use only trusted resources, for example like Innovate or Cambridge books. They are similar to real exam.
Okay, now you said you're writing, yeah? You regretted not paying more attention to it. Do you think if you had paid more attention, it would have affected your score significantly?
I got 6.5 on writing, and I don't think that it it will affect so much. 6.5 in writing is good for me.
How about reading? Would it
So,
have affected it more?
Yeah, of course. I didn't prepare myself for reading, and I got 6.0 in reading because I didn't have time management and the focus on the passage.
Okay, so if you had prepared yourself better, do you think you would have done a lot better in the exams? Do you think your scores would have improved?
Yes, definitely, because you just should study not harder but smarter. You should analyze your mistakes and work on them. And firstly, you should like improve your listening and reading section because it's the most like easiest sections to improve. Yeah, if you compare it to writing and speaking.
Okay, now we're going to do a SWOT analysis. Yeah, for viewers who don't know what a SWOT analysis is, a SWOT analysis is our strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats about IELTS exams. So we're going to speak of the strength and weaknesses. Yeah, which Which part really challenged you most, and why do you think that is?
So speaking challenged me the most, I think, because the examinator gave me less than 1 minute to prepare in the part second. Part two, the however, part one and part three was quite normal, I think.
Okay. How about you,
For
Alejandro?
me, it was definitely reading section because it's not just knowing about English. It's not how you read. You should skim and locate the information because like questions are really tricky and you should be able to solve it in with pressure and time,
Okay.
limited time.
Were you already? Did you already know about the question format?
Yeah, of course, I knew the question format in the social medias and from my teacher, you.
Okay. Did you know about the format?
Yes, definitely I know about format and like how does it like criterias of band score. I know a lot of about it, and you teach us about like sections.
Okay, now we're going to dive into the exams room, yeah? I know there are really emotions in there, yeah? Because I myself used to be a student, so I understand that. Now, I want you to take us into the exam room. Please, can you describe a moment when you felt completely confident or stuck?
So in the listening test, it was quite easy. I thought that I will get 7.5 or 8 in it, but I don't know why, but I got 7. But I felt confident in the listening, and in the reading I felt completely lost because I lost my 23 minutes on the passage too, and I didn't had enough time for 2 passages.
I told you to spend at least 20 minutes on a passage. Now, at that time when you were stuck, what was going through your mind?
Oh my god, I had a lot of ideas. Like the first idea was to do randomly because I didn't have enough time for the passage 3. I got matching headings and I didn't have enough time to read all the headings.
Okay, how about you, Alehan? Can you describe a moment when you felt completely confident or totally stuck?
I feel myself really stuck in the listening section when I missed one question in part 2, and I started to like overthinking, and I missed second one, and at that moment I started to think like I should like refocus and get all other questions right.
Did you recover or did it affect the rest of your test?
Yes, because in mock tests I was always getting 8.5 and 9 in listening section, but in real exam I got 7.
Okay, that is very good. Now, we're going to speak about the pressure and the mindset, how your head was at. Now, how did you deal with the stress before and during the exam? How was the stress like?
When I had one day left for the exam, I didn't prepare myself for the exam. I prepared myself to not stress at the exam. And in the real exam, I didn't stress in the main part, but in the speaking part, I stressed a lot.
Okay, did your strategy work?
Yeah, my strategy worked for main parts, and I get quite good in it. However, in speaking, it was terrible for me.
Now, in the speaking section, yeah, what would you do differently next time to stay calm?
Where?
What would you do differently next time so you can get a better score?
In the speaking, I will practice more with the mock real questions. Yes.
So you think you would get a better score next time in the speaking?
Yeah, if I won't stressed.
Good. Try to stay calm.
Okay.
It is well. Stay calm, yeah?
It's the
Now,
matter.
how did you deal with the stress before and during the test?
I think mindset is a key to get high score because even if you know English at advanced level, if you will stress or panicking, you will get low score. And I would recommend to not prepare for IELTS when you have 1 day left and just do what you love to do and just sleep at the right time.
Did your
Early.
strategy work during the exam?
Yes, I felt myself pretty confident, but when my speaking section it comes to end, I thought it was really terrible.
It was terrible.
Yes, but in reality it was really good.
It was good. That is great. I am happy you got a desired score. Now, we're going to speak about strategy and our English ability. Now, some people say IELTS is more about strategy than knowing English. Do you agree with that statement?
Yeah, I partly agree with the statement because I prepared myself for writing with the strategy, and I found one on the TikTok, and I used that one on the real exam. I got 6.5 as well.
So, what strategy helped you in the
Uh,
writing?
in the writing, IELTS Advantage helped me because they gave me a lot of advice how to do it. Like the first 5 minutes you need to plan your ideas, the rest of the time you will write the essay and check your essay.
Now we're going to talk about strategy and English ability, yeah? Alejan, some people say that IELTS is more about strategy than English. Do you agree with the statement?
I passionately agree with the statement because IELTS is not just about knowing the language. You should know the format and structure. For example, in reading, how I previously mentioned, you should know techniques. For example, like skim and scan and skim, because it's the fastest way to find answers. If you will just read the passage and answer every question, you will not have enough time to end this.
Did you do a lot of practice?
In listening section, because it was the fastest section and the easiest, I do a lot because I knew that it will increase my score a lot, and I mentioned a lot of time for listening.
So you manage your time well.
Yes, in listening it was really pretty well.
Okay, Alijan, do you think someone with weaker English can still get a high score with the right techniques in IELTS?
Yeah, of course. If you know a lot of tricky strategies, you will get higher score, even if your IELTS is not good enough.
Yeah. I do agree with that statement
I do
because
agree
there
with
are
that.
some students, yeah, that I have taught that don't really have good English, yeah? We have several examples in school, but they were still able to get 6 and above. Okay, now we're going to talk about the fairness of the score. You know, every time we hear IELTS is not fair, ni chestnut, stuff like that, yeah? Now, do you feel your score truly reflect your English ability?
I think yes, because I prepared for 2 weeks and I don't know a lot about IELTS. However, I think that my score reflects my English abilities.
Did you prepare for 2 weeks on your own or
On my
the
own-
entire?
No, my entire IELTS journey I prepared in Alan International School since 7th grade. We had a lot of practices.
Okay. How about you?
I think IELTS is really fair exam because there are criteria and you should follow them to get high score. If you will understand how do they if you will understand the criteria, you will get high score, and if you are not, you will get low score. It's
Okay.
more
Do you
content.
think this truly reflect your English ability?
Yes, I think so because my English abilities are, I think, in advanced level, and IELTS represents the same.
It just reinforced your English ability. Okay, that is good. Now we're going to speak of post IELTS, growth, and the impact of IELTS on your life. Now, after going through the test, yeah,
Mhm.
has the way you learned English changed?
W-
Are you
The
more
way-
confident now or more critical of yourself?
um, um, I'm more critical of myself because I want to retake the exam because 6.5 is not enough for me.
It doesn't reflect your true English ability, yeah?
Yeah, but however, I will practice myself more, and I hope that I will get 7.5 or more to
Oh.
get into my dream universities.
Okay. How about you, Alehan? After going through the test, has the way after going through the test has the way you learn English changed?
After the IELTS exam, I started to learn like not English in general. I started to practicing about verbal SAT, and it's really also hard. You should be able to use the same techniques like in IELTS.
So can you tell me what habits that
Consistency.
consistency, yeah?
Consistency. You should do every day, like even like small steps. They will give you like good result.
Yeah. Little drop of water make a mighty ocean. Okay, now a lot of people are watching this podcast, yeah? So at the end of the day, it would be nice if you said something to them. Now, what would you say to someone who keeps missing the targeted band score? They're aiming for 6, but they're not getting it. Or they're aiming for 6 plus, they're not getting it.
So my advice is to work hard, and how my friends said, consistency is key to success. And practice a lot, and you will get your dream score.
Okay, how about you? What would you say to someone who they're always aiming for a 6.5, a 7, an 8, but they're not getting it?
So you're not working enough. I think if you want some results, you should sacrifice. For example, in my case, I sacrificed with my free time and at work as well. You should do analysis with your mistakes. You should work on them, not just doing stupid like mock tests. It will not increase your band score. You should analyze your mistakes. Why I picked this question and analyze every your step.
I remember an incident in class where you were like, why is it false? I think it is true. Then I had to analyze it. I had to show you. There are tiny blueprints that might make something false or not given. So that is a good one. Analysis is very important. Now, looking back at the exams, yeah? Was IELTS just an exams or something more?
For me, IELTS is something more because I need university to build my future, to get into my dream university, and to get into my dream work. So yeah, IELTS is for me is key to success.
It's key to success. Gentlemen, I thank you very much for sharing your honest experiences. As isn't just about a number, but it is about growth. It is about your resilience and your own identity. So to everyone who is listening to this podcast, yeah, your journey matters as much as your score. Thank you very much.